Let's shift our focus now. In another mass shooting incident in KwaZulu-Natal, 6 people have been shot dead in Umbumbulu, south of Durban. The incident took place last night. Police suspect the motive behind the shooting could be drug-related. We're joined now by eNCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli. Lethiwe, the police have confirmed another shooting that has taken place in the province once more. What are the details of this one now?
Well, 11 people have died or in a shooting spree, basically, here in KwaZulu-Natal. Earlier on, I caught up with the police spokesperson, Robert Nechewunda, who did share that 6 more people were shot and killed last night. And we do understand that this incident took place in Umbumbulu, and it's suspected that it's a drug-related issue. The spokesperson did share that last night, unknown gunmen entered a 2-roomed house in Umbumbulu and they opened fire. They shot and killed 4 people in that room and then proceeded to go outside, and 2 more people were shot as well. Right now there's been no arrests made, but police are investigating. Of course, this shooting now follows the one that took place yesterday, where police were caught in a crossfire between them and suspected drug dealers in Morningside. We were there yesterday last night, and we actually spoke to the police minister and also the spokesperson here in KwaZulu-Natal, along with the provincial commissioner, who shared more details about that shooting. We do understand that the shooting took place following investigations that were done by the police. You'd remember that 2 weeks ago there was a shooting in Springfield where 3 people died, including a 9-year-old child. Now there's been investigations into that matter, and following that the police made their way to Morningside because they had information that these people might be hiding out in a block of apartments in that area. And when they got there, they tried to speak to the suspects, but unfortunately the suspects opened fire, and during that time the police also returned fire and 5 people were shot and killed. Now shortly after that, when we left the scene, the police spokesperson shares that they also got more information about another shooting, a mass shooting that took place in Umbumbulu, the one that we're talking about right now, and they're still trying to gather more details as to what exactly happened there. But of course they have shared that they will be investigating this matter, and they are hoping that they will be making arrests soon. But speaking to the police spokesperson a bit earlier on, Robert Nechewunda, this is what he had to share regarding this incident.
We responded to reports of a shooting in Umbumbulu last night. When we arrived, we found that 6 people were shot and killed inside a 2-roomed house. What we've gathered so far is that there was a gentleman around 35 years old who just came into the area a while ago and settled. Nobody knew who he was, where he came from, what he did for a living. And we also told that people, young one mostly, they were frequenting his house. Also getting reports that 2 sisters from one family got hooked into drugs. Then they were unruly at school. Just unfortunately that we are also getting reports that the 2 sisters were among the 6 who were shot and killed last night. So 4 were killed inside the house and 2 were killed outside. The motive could be drug related, but we are investigating as to what could have led to the shooting, what could be behind the shooting. But we are sending a message to communities that they can't just allow a stranger to come and settle and nobody asks questions. They don't know who he was, where he came from, what he does for a living. So now we've got a shooting. Communities must be active and report suspicious-looking people to the police, then we will act.
Now, Lethiwe, today the Premier was unveiling a safety campaign amidst all of this violence over the last 48 hours. What has she said?
Well, the Premier is saying that they're very concerned about the kind of violence that they're seeing on the streets, and also the kind of guns that they're finding on the streets as well. Speaking to the police minister yesterday, he did share that the kind of guns or rifles that they're finding are concerning because they're finding high caliber firearms on the streets, and they're of course in the wrong hands. And while speaking to the Premier a bit earlier on when she was unveiling that Easter safety campaign, she did share that she's hoping hoping that more arrests will be made. She's also congratulated the police on yesterday's crime prevention, where she is saying that more of this kind of investigations, they need to happen more. She did share that the task team that has been formed to look into these kind of shootings, which are drug-related or taxi violence-related, is doing a great job, and she is saying that they're very concerned about what they're seeing on the streets. While speaking to her a bit earlier on in Pietermaritzburg, this is what she had to say.
We are very concerned about the crimes that continue to rid our province, but what you can be comfortable in knowing is that a number of crime scenes, but also a number of arrests have been as a result of the good work and the hard work that our police are putting into. Otherwise, you would not have seen a number of these arrests that we've seen recently. But our police are continuing to do the investigation on the recent crimes, on the recent killings that have happened in the province.
Well, thanks there with eNCA's Lethiwe Mdluli, who brought us that update live now from Durban.